I lay my back upon the grass of a park, absorbing sunlight as I watch clouds change shape. The trees in sight glitter with the motions of the breeze. It's so simple and so perfect. Hard to believe how often I forget to do this. What an exquisite ordinary. What a magnificent normal. I feel arrival, like I've reached a miracle as I peer through the smudged windows of the airplane. I'm above a sea of clouds, all dressed in sunlight. It's enchanting, but I won't always get to see this. I'm awake before everyone else, again, and use this time to clear the tables of any evidence of the fun that happened here last night. I clear the empty glasses, bottles, and cans to a soundtrack of piano music. I'm happy to do it, to clean this sanctuary of socialization. I live in the entertaining memories of what's taken place at recent parties. The breeze comes through the open-air windows that face the lake, and it feels like I'm a steward of something beautiful. But it's a chapter, not a whole book. It won't always be like this. I'm in a private room. Tropical plants cast shadows on the thin white sheets at the windows. I'm sprawled nude in a king-sized bed all to myself. I'm obsessed with a poppy and energetic song I recently discovered, To My Love by Bomba Estéreo, and all I want is to play it over and over again. I want nothing more than indulging in the comfort of the bedsheets and music. It's not always going to be this way. It didn't take long for us to find this place. Tall grass swaying a glittering ballet in the moonlight. Our post-coital cuddle bends the lush stalks beneath our weight. We watch the stars and how the shifting dark clouds eclipse them. I get to feel her cheek on my chest, and I am wrapped in the breath she shares with me. And this is one of those moments, one that I feel in a sense of ease that waves across every cell. But I don't get to live this second forever. It won't always be like this. I sit on a mossy boulder at the base of the cascade. Cool mist tickles my skin in the milky light that tries to break through the overcast sky. The raindrops decorate the surface of the water with ripples. The scent of earth rich to my breath, and I am so lucky. It's fortune to witness this exquisite ordinary. But I won't get to be here forever, and it will feel like a sin for me to leave this place. My day has been a busy one, and I find myself laying on the carpet where the sun shines through the window, like a cat. I didn't plan to feel this comfortable, but I'm just not ready to get up yet. Just 1 minute longer becomes 2, which becomes 5. And the count has been lost as I awaken from an afternoon nap I didn't plan on taking. And I feel absolutely wonderful. What a magnificent normal. Eyelids heavy in a potluck atmosphere, I drift to sleep on the leather couch as the band plays, as if the music itself is here to assist my weight melting into the cushions. And there's something about this place that's just perfect. But it won't always be like this. I find myself at peace in Shavasana on my yoga mat. Light from outside decorates the carpet and the clutter. Soft and slow instrumental music plays, and there's something special I get to have in being here. It's a simple sanctuary, an exquisite ordinary. But it's not always going to be this way. The massive waterfalls cascade before us. Their powerful roars drown out our voices. I can taste the cool moisture in the air as we balance along the fallen tree that bridges the river. We continue our conversation in smiling shouts as we approach the splendor of Gaia's form. It's remarkable, and this is the only time I will ever be here. She is a living universe. Rich spatter of freckle stars across her face. Her smile moves the constellations, and there is no way to know. No way to know that that was the last time I'd see it. Her head rests on my thigh as she cuddles her new puppy, an adorable fluff ball content to be held to her chest. I get to play with her hair as I overlook their precious moment of shared comfort. So simple, so serene, you could forget that it won't always be like this. At rest in my bed, my cat excitedly joins me. He relaxes onto my chest while purring. And as he's curled there, I enjoy a plethora of sensations. The pace of his pulse, the waning pressure of his breath, the warmth of his body, the weight of him. The vibration of his purr and the texture of his fur as I softly pet him. What an exquisite ordinary. And it won't always be like this. We sit in the grass on this warm July night. Our front yard is a hillside that overlooks the city. And from here we can witness the luminous blossoms of fireworks that decorate the air in each second. And it's another one of those moments. One that pulls my full attention to it. But it won't always be like this. I bask in the grandest gesture I've given myself, toes sinking into warm sand. My skin is damp with salt water, sweat, and sunblock. The sun's heat embraces my skin. I know that the only reason this February has been as warm as summer, the only reason I've gotten to spend time at the beach for the first time in 6 years, was because I had the courage to live somewhere new. I hear the tides crash and hush along the shore as I watch the deep blues curl into translucent teals, and I blow a kiss to the ocean before walking away. I adore this magnificent normal, knowing it won't always be like this. We sit in a packed pavilion in a circle to sing together, and I can hear the smiles and the inflection of many voices. I gaze across the rhythmic body language of the revelry across many faces. Some who are strangers, some who I've loved for many years. And together we raise the words, with a million brothers and sisters, how rich can one man be? Yet no matter how much I cherish this moment, it won't always be like this. We pack into the car, preparing to shop for unorthodox craft supplies. And we share our silly ideas about the absurdity of our varied to-do lists. These brainstorms become sessions of laughter that I feel in my sides. And all we're doing is going to the store. What a heaven for this to be normal. And it won't always be like this. We walk the path on a misty day, passing the eucalyptus ribbons that hang from massive trees. We can hear the ocean's tide splash upon the rocky coast, and it teases our excitement to find the beach. Within minutes, we push past the brush and set foot on wet pebbles beneath an overcast sky. White waters burst from impact against the black rock. This is exactly where we want to be, hunting for pretty, natural treasures to show one another up and down the coast. How could it be any more perfect than this? It's not always going to be this way. Someday soon, we'll all return to our separate corners of the earth. In the rain, I walk barefoot on the city streets beside her. I'm holding my shoes in one hand at my side as we converse. She's in a sparkling black dress that she wore to visit the galleries. It may seem like there's nothing special about this, but I really enjoy her company and stepping in the puddles on broken sidewalk panels as we discuss what we cherish most. I've forgotten the frenzy of being trapped in my mind. I'm in this moment, and it's not always going to be like this. I sit with her on the wooden stairs of a dock that lead directly into the lake. The night is dark, and so we can witness the village lights twinkle across the distance of the lake. Towns always seem so quiet from a distance, so peaceful, like there's no hurry, no noise at all. And there's something I love about the way the lights reflect across the water. An unpredictable yet rhythmic distortion. It's just something we do to enjoy the evening. It's a magnificent normal that we embrace together. But it's not always going to be like this. It's that time again, for the whole crew to stand on the wall that separates the hot tub from the swimming pool. The cool air teases our wet skin as the anticipation builds. And together we plunge into the swimming pool to feel the abrupt shift in temperature. We scatter in the water, racing to the sides in a hurry to exit the frigid and return to the heat. There's no purpose to it but to share the experience. Just one of those simple things, an exquisite ordinary. One of those moments that pulls my full attention to it, and it won't always be like this. As I return home, I see friends sitting on the concrete steps on the hot afternoon, and I'm blissfully reminded that summer is finally here. I can't wait to live the celebration for a few months away from school, because I know it's not permanent, but for now, my days are sunshine, and my nights are Final Fantasy VII and cookie dough into the late hours of the night. It will not always be this way. We dash across the yards of our neighborhood in worn tennis shoes, playing tag. We walk each other home, tired from a day of play, casting long shadows across the brick road in golden light. It's our exquisite ordinary, neighborhood kids at play, long before every yard is fenced. Nowhere in my mind is the prediction that in a few years, these days will never take place again. Here we are again, makeshift acrobats in a church parking lot, trying to synchronize our cartwheels for the camera. This has nothing to do with why we're here. We're just goofballing around. For this week, it's our magnificent normal, and it won't always be like this. The scent of wilderness fills my lungs with every breath. I can't help but to wonder if I'm really here, or if it's just a dream, to stand among the ancient giants of the redwood forest. I relish the awestruck feeling here, an atmosphere built of thousands of peaceful years. As if I found myself inside a long-lost work of art. All it takes is this second to rush relief throughout me, to render me awed. But it won't always be this way. I'm running my hands through her hair, delighting in the texture of her scalp and the silk of her curls between my fingers. On the edges of her form, I see the orange glow from the bonfire contour to her soft skin. An angel of caramel complexion in a white dress, blessing me with her voice as we talk about life. There's nothing I would trade this moment for. And it's not always going to be like this. Why can't I hold this? Just a little longer. Just a little longer. Why must it all move so fast? It's like I blink and hours have passed. The sense of ease and closeness that I've felt with her is now a passionate tension, compelling an expression of appreciation, and a need to hold the closeness more tangibly. Find and prove the reality of its depth. I'm kissing this angel beneath the Cheshire cat smile that dimly lights the tropical coast. I get to taste her lips and feel the heat of her hip beneath my palm. Cool tide rushing our feet, but I can't notice. I'm fully with the wealth of her. She pulled me into this cherished realm, and there's nowhere I'd rather be. I can't slow it all down. I have to savor each second as time pushes us away from each moment we just shared. It's like I took a breath, and it has all changed. I smell her hair, salt water and what's left of sweet shampoo as she rests on top of me in the hammock. We caress bare skin as our fingertips enjoy the bodies we share with each other. And here it is again. One of those wonderful moments that reminds me how lucky I am to be alive, with the abrupt force of all the love I've wanted to feel. And it's not always going to be this way. This night will never come again. I stand with feet on the branches of an elder birch. There's always a breeze at these heights. The leaves that surround me wave with the direction of wind's shifting motion. I can feel the whole tree slowly sway, and I'm a part of it, calm. It's a delight to witness the mountainous horizon from here. It seems so right, as if I belonged above the canopy. And I won't always get to feel this way. I wake from my rest, reclined in the passenger seat of my car, to the sound of rainfall pounding the metal roof above me. This is where I sleep in these mountains. Thunder roars, and I hurry to strip my clothes and join the rain. The cold drops collide with my skin, and I can feel the water cascade down the features of my naked body. It's freezing, but I love this. It's just nature and I in the middle of the night. Lightning illuminates the land and trees around me for a moment. Then the sight of the earth returns to silhouettes beyond the blur of rain. And all of my escapist drives feel so foreign. A need to move feels so out of place. And I'll only get this moment for a short time. Aimlessly, we find ourselves in a hometown parking lot. Teens with no place to go, just wanted somewhere to be. Under a light on a warm summer night. We didn't plan for this. The three of us just wanted to spend time together, and now we're sitting on the hood of my car playing Go Fish. It's a magnificent normal. It's not always going to be this way. This never would have happened back home. To find a piece of ocean that's only she and I. I watch the textured sunlight at my bare feet. It's distorted by the moving water. So I'm captivated by the richness of the shifting details as the smooth low tide comes and goes. There's no need for me to wear clothes. So I free myself from the discomfort of textile and delight in the sensations of pure liberty as I swim. The sea always feels so much more than physical to me. And this moment, too, is transient, even when I'm willing to stay till I burn for the chance to linger here. We are at rest together. My head is beside hers on the pillow. She's beautiful. And I fight falling asleep to revel the sight. My heavy eyelids close, and I focus on the memory of what I just saw. I muster the strength to open an eye again, and it's so much more pure than the memory. And I know for certain that this moment will, in its purest, be lost, once it's reduced to a mere memory. But I can't keep my eye open. It's too heavy. I'm too relaxed, too peaceful to stay awake. I will not always get to keep this moment. In the Kentucky mountains of a forming eco-village, a new friend and I work the gardens together. Nature surrounds us in lush greens. This is our daily tradition. Working the land, shirtless in the sunshine, talking about the books we're separately reading, and delving into the philosophical dreamscape of each other's minds. And I'm left here, deeply cherishing the wealth of this temporary, magnificent normal. And as I treasure it, I wonder why I ever cared to accomplish anything. When merely being here is so profoundly ripe with flavor. But it won't always be like this. Right now, this is what summer looks like. Card games on the table set up in the backyard. We sit beneath a pop-up tent with thin, white netting on each side, moving in the breeze. It's a wonderful ordinary for us, but it's not always going to be this way. I find myself at rest, sinking into my hammock, surrounded by northern Georgia wilderness, on a lovely summer night. My muscles are heavy with exhaustion from the day's hikes. And in the distance I can hear comrades at the hearth fire drumming together. A mountain meadow lullaby of solidarity. And it won't always be this way. Her tiny apartment is wrecked. Surfaces are all overtaken by awkward creative projects yet to be put away. I lay on an otherwise empty mattress in the living room floor. We're exhausted from silly shenanigans and are increasingly giggly as we get more tired. As a group, we joke about merging fast food brands and ordering things that cannot possibly be on the menu. There's no way for me to know if this is all as funny as it seems right now. And some night just like this will be the last one we spend together in this apartment. Sometimes it feels like I don't need anything more from life, and contentment and calm comes easy. With nowhere to be, nothing to chase, I find myself on a hill, laying in the grass as I watch the sun set and wait for the pink light to paint the undersides of darkening clouds. I get to cherish this exquisite ordinary, blessed by a moment again. It made every worry I had 5 minutes ago feel as distant as a fading dream. And it won't always be like this. I've been here a million times and I'm still not tired of it. The fences are overgrown and you can't see through the lush timothy in the corner. But we sit around a small brick fire pit, talking as we enjoy the magical orange glow of embers and the upward flow of flame. I get to have this now, but it won't always be like this. How am I to reconcile that everything I cherish is transient and may be grieved as time swims forward? How am I supposed to allow myself to live fully open, to love the experience of being here, when the drops I hold are pulled between my fingers and scattered into the ocean? How am I supposed to take that exquisite risk of exposing my vulnerable heart to feel the magic of the sea, when I know the more deeply at home that attachment feels, the more jarring and painful separation from it will be? And if to walk upon these wet sands with presence is to kiss Gaia gently, how could I not live this daring adventure, knowing that these temporal tides crash down whether I allow myself to be fully immersed in worship or not?